Hey everybody, Jason here. Quick little account update. Up a couple grand today because Tesla is showing a little bit of upside. So nice little weekly trend here. Looks like we may be out of that crazy $500 level for a little bit. If we happen to dip down there again, I think in the near term it won't be for very long, and it would have to be some either pretty bad news or the overall market just having some terrible news itself. So, Dr. Adnan, if I'm saying that correctly, I do have my put credit spreads that you wanted to see what I opened yesterday. So I did open up these 560, 555s yesterday. Let me grab my little pointer here. Maybe make things a little bit easier. Boom. Anyway, so yeah, we opened up these guys yesterday. We opened up the 600, 595s yesterday. Grabbed $144 credit on those. And the 550, 545s, I believe I opened up that yesterday as well. So these three, the Iron Condors, I believe were already open. And the 580, 575s, I opened those, 5 of those yesterday for $82. And then 611, I opened up the 600, 595s, grabbed $168 credit on those guys. And I think that was all we opened up yesterday with the premium, or not the premium, but the collateral we got back from closing out the Iron Condors that were expiring tomorrow, as well as a couple put credit spreads that were expiring tomorrow. So those are the guys that we have now open. I think with June 3rd coming, and we're not all that far away from production and delivery numbers. I don't think we're going to see much downside for the near term, and that's obviously what we're banking on. I also opened up the 700, 705 call credit spreads, and the reason I did that is because we already have the put credit spreads expiring the same day. Now, when we have the put credit spreads, we already are using our collateral to open up those. And because you cannot lose on the same day collateral for the downside and an upside, you can essentially open up the call side for free. It turns that put credit spreads into an Iron Condor if you take all 4 of the options and couple them together. So it didn't cost me anything additional, still the original $500 collateral for each one, and I was able to open up the upside, giving me a little bit of additional premium. And if we happen to keep going up a bit, I'll probably open up a couple more. I opened up 5 initially yesterday, and when Tesla was up again this morning, I opened up a couple more on that. So, and then the other thing I have that I wanted to talk through a little bit. So this Ford $11 put, I sold this because I was looking for a stock to play the wheel on. I generally have an issue with the wheel personally because most of the companies that I own, I want to own long term. And I don't want to sell a call anywhere close to the money and risk getting the shares called away from me. So Ford is a company I don't care whether or not I wanted to own. It was trading relatively sideways, throughout here for quite some time. And since we were a bit down, I thought that was a good point to sell it, hopefully get assigned, and then be able to sell calls on it. And then, of course, what happens? Ford rips up. So definitely not going to get assigned on those. As a matter of fact, I actually have some $16 calls, which have done very well. I bought these for a whole $40 a piece. We're up, 900% on these guys. And hey, Chow's predictions, this is how this is how you could turn a small amount of money into a large amount of money. This was a low probability play. I actually had bought 5 of those. I sold 2 to cover my initial costs, so we're profitable kind of no matter what happens here. But for example, if you would have put $4,000 into this, you would have had $40,000. But since it's a low probability play, I'm not willing to risk that much. So, but this could potentially turn into a lot more if Ford keeps going to the upside. And I'm kind of curious, if you guys play the wheel, what do you play it on? I mean, essentially it is a no-lose situation, unless you're just, I'm just sad when I lose my shares. That's all. Or not, and they're not losing shares either. We're generally making a profit on it, but most of the companies I own, I want to own long term. So anyhow, I hope you guys are having a great green day. Hopefully today pans out pretty nice. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know and I'll do my best to get back to you. All right, love you guys, and let's make a lot of money.